Well, hey family, this is Darlene. Wanted to thank you for stopping by the Jury by BDK YouTube channel. I know you didn't come here for a sermon. So here's the video, and we'll talk soon.
Well, hey family, happy Thursday. This is Darlene. I'm working on a link necklace. So I want to try something out with the 20 millimeter hand painted beads that I have. And I'm going to just try to work a little magic with some of these 8 millimeter beads and then some of the bigger polka dot beads. And then I'm going to end up linking all of this together to come up with a really cool necklace. And if it doesn't come out like I want it to come out, then guess what? I'll take it a loose. No biggie. So I think I want to just try it with, I want to just mix the colors together. So that's what we're going to do. And I cut these wires just a little bit longer than what I should have. And that is okay for now. We're going to try this out, and that's still just a little bit too long. We're going to try this out, see how it works, and hopefully it'll come out looking like I want it to look. And I want it to be about an 18-inch. So we're just going to be linking all this together like this, and we'll get about an 18-inch necklace. And this is, in fact, let's start linking them now. We'll do open that up a little bit. Put this here. And then we want to go ahead and close it and make sure it's closed all the way like it should be. And that is closed all the way nicely. And then this is what we're going to do. We're just going to link them all. And then see what we come out with. Hopefully something really nice. I can go ahead and close that. And then this is what we're going to do. We're just going to link. So we're going to make more of these. And then by the time we finish, we should have enough on here to where it'll be a necklace. So we just going to keep on. We have our 18, and I'm using 18 millimeter wire. And many of you probably have a tool that you can use that makes the round hole here the exact size every single time that you wrap it. I don't be spending money on tools like that because the jewelry always comes out like I like it to look, and I like it to look handmade. You know, I want it to look handmade. I like it to look really, you know, just nice. I don't like it to be perfect, like every circle to be perfect. And then let me see, do I want to use some different? I think I do. Let's use some of these little small beads right here. We'll add a little flavor to it as we go. And I think I might, that'll add a little extra. Oh, you know what, and I should do, let's see. Yeah, that'll work out. So we'll just do it like this, and then I think I want to put a purple one on here too. And then that is how that looks. In fact, what I want to do is this side, I'm going to make this side with these beads right here. So I'm going to take all of this off, including that little orange bead. And then we'll go ahead and put all these beads on here. And then we'll put this big bead back, and then I want this side to be exactly the same. And then hopefully it'll come out looking. I almost want to change it to have just these right here. But let's just keep doing what we're doing. Because you know how it goes. Once you start making something and then you see how something can look, and then you be like, oh, okay, well, wait a minute. I think I want to do it that way. And that only means that these beads that I have, so that's 3. And I think I'm getting ready to switch something up, I think. Hold on, let me see. Because I do like the way these look. I like that with all that color. So I have to clip a little bit of this off. And I hate that I cut these too long because it's wasting, some of my wire. And I hate when I do that, but sometimes it happens. So I'm going to cut this about right here. And then we're just going to go ahead and close this down. And then that is like this. And I think I might want to do more like this because I like this. And I think I might just do that. I like it with all that color. And we just close it, make sure it's closed like it should be. And then this is what this looks like so far. And it is going to be a linked necklace. And we might even put some charms on it. So once we finish with it being linked, then we'll see what else we will do to it. But in the meantime, this is what I'm going to do. Because I do have more of these beads. And remember, we hadn't used them yet. So we are going to use some more of these. All these different colors. And I thought I had a black bead up here. We have one up here. I got one up here now. So we'll use a black one. And then we're just going to go ahead and close the wire around like that. And if you got one of those tools that close it off, good stuff, good for you. And then I am going to use some more of these little beads because I like the way they're coming out. I'm going to do a yellow. And then we'll use a black bead. Oh, I really like the way this looks. But I need something to kind of break it up. So if I connect them, you can see how it would be like this. So I need a bead right here that is going to separate it. So let's do this. We can put something here to separate, like maybe, I do like the evil eye bead. So let's put one of these on here. And then we will start back with these small beads. Let's do a blue one. And then we will use a black bead. And then this is what that will look like. And when you look at it, now it breaks it up. Those beads like this are not running together. These are here. So that gives us a separation of sorts. So let's do, and then we want to separate it again. So we're going to use, we can probably, let's see, maybe put another one on this side. But then what we'll have to do is, because if you notice, I don't have enough wire to close it off. And that's okay because I'm using these beads now. So what we're going to do is take these three off, take the big one off, and then we're going to take one of these off. Put that one back on, put the big bead back on, and then we'll put two beads, and then we'll put the eye, and that should give us enough to be able to close it, and that'll work out perfectly. And then this is what that will look like. And then we want to go ahead and close it. And it closed perfectly. Almost like a spark plug type situation. And then what we want to do is we're going to go ahead and connect it. Open it up a little bit. Go ahead and connect this. And then we want to close it and make sure it's nice and closed. So you want to look at it and make sure it's closed on both sides. And then when we connect like this, it's going to be a linked necklace. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep doing it with the color like this because I like the way that looks. And what I'm getting ready to do is I'm going to take these three off because I want the color. I want this right here. And then I'm thinking I'm going to find a way to hang some charms from it. So I may as well go ahead and do the base like what I want it to look like. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and take this one off. And I'm going to leave these like this because I am going to make a necklace just using these right here, but not for this one. Since I see what I want to do right here, we're just going to go with these right here because I like the way this looks. And that's what we're going to go with. All that color. And then we want to close our end. Make sure it's closed all the way like that. And we also want to take, let me see if I want to use, because the idea is to break it up. And we're going to do that. And I think we're going to use a couple of the wood, maybe one of the wood beads. And then we'll use some color. And then how about we use another one of these beads. And then you can see how it won't be the same. And I think what I'm going to do is use a yellow bead. And then what we can do is we're going to use some more color. Yellow. How about this one? And then what we'll do is use a wood bead. And maybe, well, that gives us just enough to close it off. So it will break it up. Okay. And then this is probably just a little bit more than what I need. So I'm going to cut just a little bit off. Be careful not to cut your finger. going to go ahead and close it. Yep, and that's perfect. Just enough to close it off. And then what we want to do is connect this one. And you can just go ahead and create all these if you want to, and then come back and link them. But my whole thing is, why? If I just got it right here, I'll just go ahead and link them as we go. And I like to close it first before trying to add this on. And then that way it's already giving me my circle. So it's already, I'm not trying to close it from a straight piece of wire. I like to hook it on. So there's a hook and I could just go ahead and put the hook on and then go ahead and then close it back, as opposed to trying to hook it on a straight piece of wire. So we got that. That's closed on there perfectly. And then this is what we got. And then we're just going to go ahead. And then we need some more wire. So we're just going to go ahead and cut some more wire. Oh, I missed my wire from Joann's. I was checking my emails today and I got a whole lot of it's a whole lot of collab emails up in there. I gotta go through them and see which ones are legit, which ones are, like something that are probably just spam. But I did see one in there earlier where they have all these supplies, like, I mean, just like all kind of supplies, pliers and every type of tool that you need in order to make jewelry. And I was thinking I might contact them back just to see if I want to collab with them or not. So I'm gonna cut this, and it is about right here. And then some of the collabs, they be sending don't even make sense. So I'm like, why are you sending me something about a car window? It don't be a car window, but I'm just saying it be stuff that don't or not that's not compatible with what I'm doing. Let me make sure this is the right length while I'm cutting. So we'll close it. Make sure it's nice and closed. And you can buy the wires that are already closed on the end, but those wires to me are not thick enough. And I'm sure you can buy some, that's thick enough, but I like to just kind of make my own. So I'm going to put this one on here. This will break it up. And then we're just going to use a yellow. And then we will go with another black bead. And yeah, see, I didn't cut this long enough. And that's okay because I'm going to still use it. We're just not going to put as many beads on it. And that's cool. So we could put that one on there. And then maybe, yeah, I'm going to have to cut it longer because with that, you see how short that is? I wouldn't be able to put much on here. And I'm going to go ahead and close this one because I can still use it. So we just go ahead and close it. And then we'll use this one. Oh, let's put it on this side. Close that. Make sure it's nice and closed. And then that is how that looks. And this is going to end up being a linked necklace. And I'm going to go ahead and use these because I've already cut them. And then I'll use another one of these. Maybe put a purple. And then let's go with an orange. And then maybe a bigger blue like that. And then we will go ahead and close this one down. Yep. And then we will link this one. And you can see how it's easier to just go ahead and link when you already got it, got the hook on there. And then this is what that looks like so far. Got a little tape measure. This is almost 9 inches so far. And then this is what this looks like. And I got some, where are my lobster clasp at? I have to find them because I got some lobster clasp up here somewhere. Go ahead and close this. And then we are going to use, I think we're going to go ahead and use one of these. But let's see how this, we got to do something else first. Yeah, that'll hang good on there, but I don't think I want that on. Oh yeah, I do. I want that on there. And then let's do another yellow. And then that is like that. And then we will put another one of these little rondelles. And then we will put another one of these little small black beads. Probably can't see them because my hand is hiding it, but this is what that looks like. And then we will go ahead, and this is a lot. Let's put a yellow bead on here. And that's still. Go ahead and close it. And then that's what that one looks like little spark plugs. And then this one, we'll put on this side. And you want to make sure it's closed nice and good. And then so far, this is what we got. You can see it coming together, and it'll be a nice, cool link necklace. And I'm loving like all the color. So we are going to make a couple more. I can definitely feel summer coming because I don't know if it's just me being hot like this or if it's just hot. So I'm going to make sure that's closed nice and good. And I think I'm going to go ahead and use one of the wood beads. We're going to use purple bead. And then maybe an orange bead. And then we will use another orange bead. And that's what that looks like. And then pretty blue bead. And then let's see, one of the fuchsia beads. Another pretty blue. Actually, let's put something else on here. Let's go with another one of the, but we need to take something off. So let's take these beads off, the orange bead off, and then we'll put this on, and we will put fuchsia, and then we will go with the protective eye bead like that. And then we might have to clip just a small amount of this. And then we'll go ahead and close it. Nice and closed. And then we're going to go ahead and link it. Make sure it's closed good. And then this is what that looks like so far. A really cool, it's going to be a really cool link necklace. And looking at it, I can see that I might be able to put some charms on it. So we'll come back and see, you know, what we want to do. It would even be a cool link bracelet, but we're doing a necklace. Nice and closed. Put this on here. Let me see, is there something else I want to put on here? Maybe some color. Maybe one bead. And then a red bead. And then a fuchsia bead. And then we'll put there we go. And that will close up nicely. And then that's that one. We're going to go ahead and link this. And you can see it's just a lot of linking. Just putting it, piecing it together and then linking it, whatever you want it to look like. Just make sure that it's closed nice and tight against the other wire. And you can see how that's getting ready to be a nice little necklace. And I'm going to try to hang some charms from it. So let's finish with our length. And then we'll see what it comes out looking like. And then put one of these on here. Definitely going to put some color. Let's see, we got black, orange. Oh, okay, let's use one more. One of these. blue? And then how about a wood? And then that way we can go ahead and close it off. And we'll close it nice and tight. That's pretty already. And then we're going to make a couple more. We need to cut some more wire. I don't know why I took this wire off of here. So this wire came like this, but for some reason, I don't know why I took it off of this little container, you know, that it's in. I don't know why I did that. And I'm thinking now I should just leave it on there and then take the wire off from there because it ends up and stuff. So I learned. So we are going to cut some of these. Okay, so this gives us 4 more, and this should be enough right here. So we're going to make us a nice big round part. You can even make these hoops smaller if you want to. I'm just making them a little bigger because I'm going to try to put some charms hanging from it just to see what, you know, what it looks like. And if it doesn't look like what I think it's going to look like, then I'll just take it apart. No biggie. I just won't put the charms on it. There is something up here I wanted to use. It was a really pretty bead that I saw up here. I add a little extra something. A little extra something to it. But I don't want this on there. I want to do something with some color. Maybe just one of the eyes. So we'll do an eye, and then maybe wood bead, and then we'll put this one on here. We'll do it like that. And then that way we got this like this. And then we can add some color. It's a smaller bead, so I'm gonna just go ahead and stick with the bigger bead. Oh, this is a big one. Look. I'm gonna go ahead and stick with the big beads. Oh, maybe even this one. That might even go good too. And let's try it. Yeah, let's try this. I'm gonna cut just a little bit of this off and then put this on here and then make this hoop a little bit smaller. That was a kind of big hoop. Okay. And this gives us a necklace. We're going to put one more on here. You can see how that's going to look. And then we're going to hang some charms on here to see what it looks like. So we are going to do one more. Really simple and easy to do. And we're going to be using a lot of the little colors here. These little small beads. And then we will use another black bead. Put a black bead on here. And then we're just going to close it off with this. So let's do put a blue. Yeah, let's just put color. Because I started it with the color and I'm like, I like the way the color looks. So let's stick with the color. Okay, that's that. And then we're going to go ahead and, well, this is a little bit too long. So I'm going to cut just a small piece off. And watch your finger when you do that. Okay. Yep, and that closed off really good. So we are going to connect this one on this side. And it's easy when you already got that hook on there to be able to close it off. And then what we're going to do is we are going to take a couple of the jump rings that we have. And I think, can I use 2 jump rings? Usually when the lobster clasp has a big enough hole, I can use 2 jump rings. But in this case, I think I'm going to have to use 1. Yeah, it's only going to allow me to use 1. But I like to use 2 jump rings, you know, like when I make these necklaces. And that's usually when I use the 18 gauge wire, you know, to string the beads. Now with this side, I should be able to use 2. And that makes it even more secure. So like on one side, this side, I should be able to put 2 jump rings. Like this. And then usually what happens is when I make the necklaces and I string the beads on the 18 gauge wire, I close the end off myself. So that will allow me to make the hole right here as big as I want to make it. And then that way I can put 2 jump rings on this side as well. But in this case, I didn't make it, well, not the jump ring, not the jump ring, but the lobster clasp, that hole is not big enough. So if I use a bigger lobster clasp that has a bigger hole, I generally will put 2 jump rings. But in this case, it's not big enough, so I'm going to just use 1. And then that's how the end closes off right there. Because I like it to be secure. I like to have 2 jump rings on each side. So then we close that off. And look how cool that is, just how cool it lays. Just how cool that lays like that. And what I want to do is I want to put some charms on it just to see how else it'll look. And we are going to start with, let's see, we got we got stuff right here. Look, strawberries and butterflies and all kind of stuff. And we just trying something out. If it don't look good, guess what? We will take it apart and we'll try something else. Got our little strawberries all over the place and got some little locks. Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna like this. Let's see. Um, we could even fill it with we can even fill it with charms. This is a jump, and when you look at this jump ring right here, this can be like this. In fact, I'm gonna leave it right here for now, and then I'm gonna fill it in with charms all around here to see what this part looks like. Because right now, to me, the jump ring is too big. But we're gonna try something and see how it works out. And if it don't look like something we want it to look like, guess what? We will definitely take it apart. No biggie. And that's where creativity comes in at. It's like, don't stop yourself from creating something. It's like, try it, see what it looks like. If you like it, you like it. I guarantee you somebody else is going to like it too. I guarantee you that. Somebody else is going to love it just as much as you do. And we got a bunch of charms right here. We can just add like some really different ones. We got Buddha heads. A little bit of everything. And we can put a couple of charms on them. You don't have to put just one, you can put a couple. And then I'll put this one right here. Make sure you close those jump rings really good. It's almost like one of the junk necklaces that I made one time before. Oh yeah, that's a nice little junky thing, right? But right here, I would have liked something, but we're just gonna go ahead and finish it off and then see what we get. And then this one I'm not liking. I'm going to take this off real quick. The jump ring is too big. To hang from down there anyway. And then I am going to put something down here, but it'll be a small one. Oh, I like the way that looks, right? It just looked like a nice junky necklace. So let's go with, ooh, a couple of charms. Let's go with some of the tokens, like the big token right here. So we'll go with one of these tokens. Oh, let's do this. Let's do a token, but I need a smaller jump ring. But we'll use a smaller jump ring for right here. And then we'll put this one right here. Because that's what I was not liking. The jump ring is too big. And it's like pretty much whatever you want it to look like, hang from it, what you want to hang from it. You can fill it up with charms. You don't have to fill it up with charms. You can just make a nice little linked necklace. It's pretty much whatever you want to make. And it's the base or foundation is basically just linked. And then this is what that looks like. And you can imagine what that is going to look like hanging on a neck. And then like right here, I do want to put, I'm going to put something else down here. And then we'll put some more. I put this in the inside, so let's put this on the outside. And it makes a difference when you put the jump ring inside versus on the outside. And you can see what was happening is that was hanging in the inside. So I'm going to take it off and I'll put it on the outside right here. And you can see the difference. Now it hangs on the outside. And then that's what we want, like a chunky link type chain necklace. And then we're going to put some more charms on here. A couple more. See which ones we want to put. We got hands, we got strawberries, we got butterflies, we got letters. And you can just fill it up until it just looks like what you want it to look like. So even like here at the bottom, you can see the more charms I put down there, the better that looks. And then the only thing like right here, so when I link these again, I'm not going to use 3. I'm going to probably use one bead, like one bead. And I'm going to use one bead because I want less space between the beads, right? So I can see like putting this together, putting 3 and 4 and then spacing it out like that. It still don't look bad, right? But for me, looking at it, it's like, okay, no, what I want to do next time is put one bead on each side. And the reason why I'm going to put one bead on each side is because the holes in these 20 millimeter beads is so big. So I couldn't do that because the wire, I would have to make it a really huge hoop in order for it not to slide off. And I don't want to do that. So the next time I make a link necklace like this, I'm going to just put one bead on each side and then close it off. And then that way it'll be less space between. But I still like the way this looks. And I'm like here, I don't too much like it because it looks like space there. Like I couldn't put anything there only because it is a lot of space. But I still like the way they look. So I'm going to hang a couple more. And we got our little cassette player. We're going to put this on here with our Buddha head. And we are going to hang this one up here, right on the outside. And then you can see how it gives you. And you can also see how if you just really wanted to, like really just fill this up with a lot of charms, this would be a really cool necklace. I mean, something that is just really, really cool. And I can imagine what it would look like on, just full of charms. And let me see, do I got enough up here where I can, enough uh, jump rings? So we can just fill it up and you can get the idea of what I'm talking about. Just fill it up with charms. You can even put a big old fish up here, and I'm going to close this part down right here. Put a big fish, and we are going to, I wish I was able to hang it on this part, but I can't because it wouldn't hang good right there, but that's okay. I am going to put it, let's put it on this one at the bottom. And you can make some really cool pair of earrings to go with this. Now this is real junky boho. That's what this is. This is really junky boho. Like seriously. And I can imagine what this would look like on. Just really cool hanging from a neck. And you can see how nicely it lays. And then I'm looking to see if I want to put some more on here. But I really do like, and I'm thinking I want to put something else at the bottom down here just to fill it in a little bit more. And let's see what we want to do. Maybe the little record. And like maybe, let's do one of these big stones. One of the big stones. And then maybe a letter. And then we want to hang it from the bottom down here. See if we got enough room for it. See, that's the thing. You got to make sure the holes are big enough. And I think we can. Let's see if we can get it right here. Yep. And then that's what we got. Just a nice, cool, chunky link necklace. And then remember, for me, I use, do I got one up here? I like to use the big, I thought I had a couple up here, but I like, yeah, like this. So this lobster clasp, you see how big this hole is? I like to use these really big holes like this. When I put the lobster clasp on here, then that way I can put two jump rings on it, which makes it even more secure. But in this case, because it's a smaller uh, closure, I have to put one on this side, but I can put two jump rings on this side, and that makes it nice and secure. And I'm using 18 gauge wire. You can use 16 gauge wire, which is thicker than the 18 gauge. I like 18 gauge because it's flexible. You can really work with it. You can do some stuff with it. It is sturdy enough for jump rings and stuff. But if you want stronger jump rings, you can use 16 gauge to make your jump rings. And then you can also use the 16 gauge to do your linking right here. I probably wouldn't use 16 to link because 18 is so flexible, right? But if you wanted to make sturdier jump rings, you can do that with that 16 gauge. But this is cool right here. Nice, junky, just a really cool piece. And I think I'm going to make some more of these and then put these in my fair store because I'm really, really digging these. Like, I really like these. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a couple of them like this. They're going to be polka dot because polka dot is in. It's trending right now. So polka dots. And I'm going to probably cover it with the coconut chip, the coconut chip charms the custom ones that I make, and just kind of fill it in like that, and then figure out some. I got a whole bunch of other beads over here I have not used that I will probably use, and just create some more of these because I really, really like this. I really like this. You guys, let me know what you think. Darlene Knight for Jewelry by BDK. Oh, and you can also make a cute little pair of earrings too. If I had something up here, probably got something up here. I can make some earrings out of just some really cool junky earrings you can make to match with this if you wanted to. But I'm going to just do the necklace. And guess what? We'll talk.